everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Starstruck Showcase, where we are showcasing other industries within the beauty industry, wellness industry, fitness industry, and so on. So my name is Jenny Fries, and I'm the owner of Starstruck Artistry, where we specialize in special occasion hair and makeup. We also have a studio located in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where we do eyelash extensions, consultation, trials, and all that good stuff. So what we really wanted to do through Starstruck is offer you guys a platform where you guys can get education and we can showcase other local businesses or businesses, around the country where we can really give you guys the most, and we can be with you during all different times of your life and what's happening in the world. So today I want to introduce to you one of my dear friends, Marissa Armstrong, who is owner of Marissa's Fit Boutique. And she's going to be talking a little bit about the wellness and fitness industry, which I think fits perfect alongside with what we do at Starstruck Artistry. So I'm not going to go too much in detail. I'm going to let you take it away, Marissa, and let us know all about you and what you do. And then we'll kind of follow up with some questions for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for having this platform for people to promote their business and what they're doing in the beauty and wellness world, because it does go hand in hand. I couldn't agree more with that. So thank you so much for even creating this platform and bringing these two wonderful industries together and seeing how they can coexist with one another. But yeah, my name is Marissa Armstrong. I am the owner of Marissa's Fit Boutique. So Marissa's Fit Boutique, or MFB, as I have written here, is a one-on-one or semi-private personal training studio. So we train clients from all different types of backgrounds and fitness levels, anywhere from athletes to maybe the woman who's never even stepped into the gym for the first time ever her entire life. And she just really needs some education on how to move her body properly, what are the proper exercises that's going to best fit her. So I love educating people within my studio itself. It is located in downtown Oshkosh. So that is like my bread and butter. I have been a certified personal trainer since the age of 17, going to school for kinesiology with a concentration in exercise science. I did get my degree, and from there I knew I always wanted to work for myself. I have a long history background of doing commercial training for other people in gyms. Working at a hospital too as well with exercise physiologists, so working a lot with who we would call then special populations for those who've had or undergone any type of knee replacement, hip replacement, cardiac issue, neurological, physical therapy. And we would take those patients and we would turn them into clients within the wellness gym we had there on campus at the hospital, and we would just keep building upon their program, because really the goal is to not go back to where you were. So we don't want to go back into that cardiac, heart attack you may have had, or we want to keep improving upon that knee replacement that you newly, just endured. So it was very cool learning experience while I was there. And then also I was the manager at a very high-end wellness studio, more so gym, in El Paso, Texas, where we had lived for a year. So just getting a lot of background on how to fully operate like a brick and mortar gym. And then when we moved to Wisconsin about 3.5 years ago, I opened up my studio 2.5 years ago called Marissa's Fit Boutique. And I like to say it's a combination of all of my past experiences. So personally, I'm also a past powerlifter as well as a natural bikini competitor. So just through my body alone, I've experienced like what it feels like to gain strength over an amount of time, what it feels like to lose body fat, when you're competing on stage and you have to get up there in a bikini because you have to be at 70% body fat. So all throughout college, I put myself really to the test on, how I can actually undergo what type of programs best fit somebody who's looking to build upon strength, who's looking to lose, any type of excess fat. So me, myself, I have, experienced a lot, and then I've trained hundreds of people to do the same as well. So just in my studio alone, we've had hundreds of women either come through in the studio itself or in our online community. So super active online. If you want to check out our Facebook page, Marissa's Fit Boutique, or our website too as well, a ton of information on there, marissasfitboutique.com. So, but I love Facebook. I'm constantly active on there. They're doing live videos, especially right now during this crazy quarantine. We have a lot of live videos, a lot of live exercises and classes you can take and workouts you can follow along with. So definitely check that out if you're looking for any more information. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself right now. So my whole really life in the last 10 years has just revolved around everything and anything fitness.
Yes. So I personally love Marissa's Fit Boutique. And one of the reasons being is the reason why we met was because of your studio. So that
Yes.
was so neat that I saw this pink studio online and I was like, it's in Oshkosh. Where is this? I need to find out who owns this and what is happening because this is something I need to be a part of. And then we became friends. I became a client and we've continued a wonderful friendship since then. And our significant others are also
oh yeah, they're just
friends through this, so we're just like a big family now. So it's
strong
so
bromance
to blend this all together. And I love meeting other people that have such a passion for anything really. You know, my passion lies in the beauty industry, and my past 10 years also has been in that realm of work, and it's just something I'm so passionate about. So when I see somebody else hold just as much or more passion, it just lights my fire and it makes me so excited. So with that, I really want to talk about a little bit, you know, about how the beauty and fitness and wellness can kind of blend together. And I know that wellness is something that I, you know, do talk about a little bit to my clients, but obviously not on the platform that you do. But how would you say that really fitness and wellness can really impact, you know, your confidence and that beauty within, and kind of bring it all back to the beauty industry area, I should say?
Sure, and that's exactly what I want to talk about when it comes to confidence. So I like to think of beauty as like external confidence. So, you know, maybe putting on your favorite eyeliner, doing your hair, like outfit is on point, you know, makeup is flawless, maybe you went and got it done, maybe you went and got your hair done. Like, who does not feel good leaving the salon? Like, that's honestly one of my favorite places to be. I'll sit in the chair for 4 hours. I don't care. Like, I love it.
And
you know,
she
that
has
just,
to, so.
I have, yeah. I have a ton of hair. Thank goodness for Jenny and her patience and her expertise, because I have a ton of hair. And I'm also blonde. Not really, but I'm trying to be. And so anyway, yeah, I like to think like beauty is more of this like external, you know, this external confidence. And then when it comes to like your health and your well-being, you know, that's more so like your internal confidence, like you knowing that, you know, you have a good immune system, or you knowing that, you know, you really focus on your health, maybe what you're eating, what you're consuming. And that's that internal confidence, you know, coming out of you, because, you know, what happens internally is definitely going to be exposed on our external being. So, you know, you knowing that you are putting good things into your body is going to give you that internal confidence of like, hey, you know, I feel really good about my health right now. I've been focusing on my nutrition. I've been focusing on, you know, what supplements I could be taking to better my body itself, better my mind. I know I've been focusing on, you know, my water intake too as well, which is going to come out on my skin, which is going to come out in, you know, maybe your energy levels, you know, consuming adequate amount of water for hydration. So really when it comes to that internal, external confidence, I really think, like I said, it goes hand in hand with one another. And I love being, you know, surrounded by the beauty industry too as well, because, you know, that feels good too. You know, when you go get your hair done and you go and get your makeup done, like Jenny says, she loves bringing people to like their utmost like confidence. Like, yes, this feels so good. Like, I'm looking my best. Well, I love to do that in my studio as well. Like, I love bringing women in and showing them, you know, weight that they didn't think they could lift, or, you know, maybe, you know, going a little bit faster on the treadmill when we're doing like quick sprints, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before. And it's like, look, see, you've been holding yourself back thinking like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not an athlete. I've never considered myself an athlete. I've never considered myself the top person in my gym class, but look what your body is capable of doing. I love showing women that. That's like one of my favorite things to do, is show yourself, like prove to yourself, like, look what my body is capable of. So really that's what I do in my studio. It's just really kind of coming into that internal confidence, you know, taking care of your body, taking care of your health, and then just strutting it with a good face of makeup, you know, with some motives. So, I mean, that's kind of how I would say I would put two and two together.
And I do have to throw out, I personally, you know, as I'm listening to you talk through all these things, you know, I feel like we do get a similar reward when it comes to working with our clients and having that, you know, they come in, they sit with me, or they come into your studio And just having them, when they do get that confidence, and if it's doing, you know, putting on lipstick or doing their hair or having them do a new weight or running faster, whatever that looks like, it's like they're accomplishing something that they didn't think they could do or didn't think they could be. And it's just so, it makes me feel so good. I know you probably feel the same way when it comes to that as well. And one of the other things, just personally, like my journey with wellness and fitness, I do have to say, I'm throwing this out to you because I never consider myself an athlete. I never consider myself being able to do anything in that realm. And I would say that my journey started at your boutique. You know, you kind of gave me that, the confidence, I guess, really is what it is, to be able to go out and do certain things, you know. And now look at, a year ago this month, we did a half marathon. So just having the confidence and knowing what to do, or, you know, having somebody push you to go do that, I think is huge, because I didn't think I could ever do that. And it's like crazy to think that we did that. So it's kind of cool just and I do believe it started there, you know, back couple years ago now, probably, you know, when I did step into your studio and you gave me the confidence and, you know, made me realize I could do this kind of thing. And I am an athlete and I am a runner, or, you know, all these things I told myself I couldn't do and I wasn't, you know, I changed my tone of voice with that. Which
Yeah, because I mean, being an athlete has nothing to do with your body. Like, that sounds crazy. Like, Marissa, what the heck are you talking about? No, it's a mindset. If you've been told your whole life, like, you're always gonna get picked last in gym class, you can't run, you can't do this, you know, you're weak, you know, you always need help lifting this, like, yeah, like, it's a mindset. Being an athlete, like, you have to prove to yourself, like, oh my gosh, like, this is what my body is capable of doing. I did a Facebook Live maybe like a year ago on this on my Facebook, if you really want to go find it, that every woman is an athlete. You just need to find the right person to bring it out of you. I'm telling you, like, every woman can move their body efficiently. I don't care if you've had a double knee replacement. I work with clients with double knee replacements, and they are doing spectacular things in the gym. They are moving weights. They are moving their body like they've never done before, and with confidence and certainty that they're not going to hurt themselves. Because that goes, I mean, that goes hand in hand. You want to also meet with somebody who's going to give you that confidence and show you the tools, but also knowing that they know exactly what they're talking about. Because it is. Safety is super important. You know, it is so easily to, you know, get her doing some complex exercise, but not if you have the right coaching involved. You know, then you get that extra boost of confidence knowing that, hey, I can do this with this person, but I'm still able to go to a gym, maybe like Planet Fitness or any other commercial big box gym, and do it on my own because I've developed those techniques. I've developed to know how to move my body properly for me, so where I have the confidence that I'm not going to go in and just hurt myself. So yeah, Jenny, I mean, your story is incredible, because when I first met Jenny too, she told me I'm not a runner. And I was like, oh, girl, I had the same story. I literally had the same story. I told myself my entire life, I'm not a runner, I'm not a runner. And it's not because I didn't have legs, and it's not because, you know, and even people without legs are still stinking runners and run faster than you are in the freaking Olympics. So, no, it wasn't anything that had to do with my body. It was my mindset. I told myself for the longest time that you're just a lifter. You don't get a runner's high. You're not a runner. You don't have the endurance for it. Running stinks. Running sucks. Well, it's just I didn't allow myself to learn the proper techniques. I never put myself on a proper program that was going to give me the confidence to keep building up my mileage. Yes, Jenny and I both did a half marathon last April. First time for me, first time for her. And she beat me by like an extraordinary amount of time. I want to say like 15 minutes, 16 minutes. It was something crazy. And she did it. She was literally like flying through the air with angel wings on for the full like 1 miles or something like that half marathon.
Yeah, it was insane. But I do feel like through like the training process, we kind of planned to do it together, but we didn't necessarily like train together. We just kind of had each other there, like knowing we were both going to go do that. We both had to train, even if it wasn't all the time together. So just having that partnership, I think, to be able to push each other, like we're doing it. I'm doing it with or without you. We both kind of had that same mindset. So
yeah, it was the accountability factor. I mean,
and I know you do in studio, you do a lot of individual training, but you also do small intimate trainings as well with small groups, which I think is something important, because it's nice sometimes to have that partner or friend, you know, or, you know, whoever, family member, whatever that looks like, to be able to go and keep you accountable, you know, outside of even you too. So I know that's something you also do too.
Yeah, I agree. So I do, for those who don't want to do one-on-one training, I do small group training. So it's no more than 4 individuals in the studio at once, to where you can each get your own individualized workout program. I call it that it's, well, I like to say it's not a class, because it's not an extraordinary amount of people. It's not a boot camp, and it's not something cookie cutter. So we're not all doing the same workouts together. You're still on your individualized program. I can still give you that attention, just with, a couple other people within the studio at once also. And just the energy is a little different too. Everybody's encouraging one another. It's like, oh my gosh, your weight just went up 5 pounds on your chest press, or hey, like maybe just like did a wall sit for a minute longer or something like that. So it's just this really awesome environment that's created, that's just a bunch of women uplifting other women. I have no idea, like I can't explain it any other way, because it's just amazing. And it keeps everybody accountable. Not only are you accountable to your session, like, okay, Marissa's waiting for me, like my session is at 4 o'clock, I need to be there. It's like, no, all these other women are wondering like, hey, where is so-and-so? Like, isn't so-and-so supposed to be here too? Like, she was doing so well. Like, is something happened, something going on? Like, everyone else is just as equally concerned, which I find to be, super nice, and just that extra level of accountability is there. So
Yeah, I just love, everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different way of getting to their goals and where they want to go. And that's what I really love about your space, is you embrace all of that, and whatever that looks like for them, it is custom, and it's unique to them and their story. And that's what I really, truly love. I do want to touch on a little bit. So I work in Starstruck Artistry. We work a lot with special occasions, events and weddings and bridals, and I don't want to say all bridal. We do other special events too. So, usually it's a big event in someone's life. So they're looking to want to look their best, on the outside, and feel their best too. What would that look like for you? Like for them, what would you recommend is for how would they would get started for that special event? What would that routine look like for them?
Yeah, so I've had a couple clients come to me because they're either getting married, or, they're standing up in their daughter's wedding, or there's some things involved where all the family's coming together. They want to look their best. There's going to be lots of photos. So there's been various different events where people contacted me, are like, okay, what kind of program, should I be on? And again, it's so personalized. Like, there's not like, here's your wedding boot camp program for the next 6 weeks. No, I don't have anything like that. It's so personalized to the individual. What are your goals? What are your body's needs right now at this time? I'm not just going to work you into the ground the next 6 weeks, lose all of this weight, maybe lose 30 pounds or something like that in 6 weeks. Yeah, it's been done on other crazy things. But then afterwards, it's like, how do you feel? Like, is this even sustainable? Is my body going to bounce back to where, I gain more weight than what I've lost? And we see that so many times, especially when people go on crash diets, or they do these crazy crash workouts where they just put their body, they just pound themselves into the ground for a short duration of time. And my studio is not like that. I'm sorry. So like, if you're ready to get ready for a wedding or a special event, I highly suggest you contact me like 6 months prior, and we can put you on a really nice, progressive, sustainable program to where you will reach those goals. And yes, maybe a longer amount of time, but also it's going to be a much better for your mental health and your physical health too as well. You're going to give your body that, enough time to be able to adapt to the lifestyle changes you will be making. It's not a quick fix. Nothing I do at my studio is a quick fix. Kind of frustrates some people, because you're like, all right, I'm expecting to start working out. I'm expecting to lose 10 pounds in the first month. It's like, maybe. I can't guarantee anything. I can't say that won't happen depending on where your body's at right now, but most likely it won't, because we take things in very small baby steps, because my priority is your health. That is my number one priority. Last thing I would want to do is any kind of metabolic damage done to you, really fatiguing your nervous system with crazy hit, cardio circuits, or workouts. So really, your health is my number one priority. So I always like to tell people, reach out to me, not 6 weeks before your wedding, but more so 6 months before your wedding, because those programs will be a lot more sustainable and manageable too. And it's a lifestyle change. And I think it's really cool that I've worked with maybe a couple clients right now who, worked with me prior to their wedding, and then also post-wedding, because they made it a lifestyle change. They're like, I can't I can't stop working out, either with, whether it's with you or, joining the YMCA now, because they've gotten themselves into a really great routine. They enjoy the results they're seeing, whether that be physical, confidence, mental, they're using their exercise as a way to maybe do some stress reduction, or, just have that, escape from the day-to-day mundane of a job, or what may be going on in your personal life, and using exercise as that outlet. So yeah, I work with clients prior to their wedding, and then most of the time after their wedding too, because they've made it a lifestyle change.
Yeah, and I think the key word there was sustainable, and just being able to, have, it is a lifestyle change. It's not something that can be changed overnight. And I think so many people are looking for that quick fix. And personally, I feel like I would much rather have that change for a long time and not just quick. So
Yes.
I love that. And I love that approach that you take too. But a lot of times with these special events, you're knowing 6 months to a year, sometimes 2 years, in advance. So why not get on that ahead of time and have that time and really feel, think of how much confidence and how good you're going to feel, when that day does come. So that is so wonderful. So quickly, I just want to touch on, we're going through this crazy time right now, the coronavirus and quarantine, and we're not able to leave our house. But, as I was thinking of this, I wanted you to give us some quick tips on, what we can do without leaving our house, right? Or, what this time looks like. But when I really thought about this, is these are excuses that people use, not just during quarantine, but all of the time. So, maybe this video is being watched on our channel and it's, months or years down the road, whatever that looks like. And I feel like this could pertain to anyone at any time. So yes, we're going through all these crazy times right now, but what advice would you have for someone who, maybe can't leave their house, maybe can't afford to go to a gym? Like, what advice would you give them? What tips would you give them to how to get started?
Yeah, so an excuse is an excuse is an excuse. You're gonna find a different excuse if the one you're currently using is no longer valid. That's kind of how I feel. So when it comes to working out, if you're using the excuse, I don't have time, and then all of a sudden you're working from home, and maybe you have an extra 3 hours in your day, since you don't have to get up right away to get ready, you don't have to travel anywhere, you don't have a commute. And it's like, hey, maybe it's like an additional 3 hours or 2 hours or even a half hour in my day. Somebody will find an excuse to say, hey, I'm just too busy with X, Y, and Z. So again, it's a mindset. You have to, yeah, oh, I've done it. We all done it. Absolutely. You have to be able to wipe that away and be like, I'm going to make time. Nobody has the time. I don't have the time to work out in a day. And I just make the time because it's a priority. My health is a priority. Once you make your health a priority, you will make the time. It's as simple as that. It really doesn't get much more complicated than that. So when, as you're working from home right now, or maybe you're within a essential business that you need to still go into the office, or you still need to show up, in a medical facility, and you have maybe some spare time to do at-home workouts, or you maybe have a few pieces of equipment, or you have no equipment at all. I am currently right now posting on my Facebook, so Marissa's Fit Boutique Facebook page, something called a Quarantine 15. So if you guys have seen that hashtag float around on Instagram and Facebook, it's like, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna gain 15 pounds during this quarantine. And I was like, no, wait a second. How can we turn that around and put a positive spin to it? Maybe we can focus on moving our bodies just for 15 minutes while we're in this quarantine phase of our lives. So I put together these 15-minute workouts that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:55 a.m. I log in, and then at 12 o'clock we start. 12 o'clock to 12:15 p.m. Like I said, it's only 15 minutes. That's it. We're in, we're out. You get your 15 minutes, and no excuse. Do it right before your lunch break, and that is Central Time. So 11:55 a.m. Central Time. I know some of my New Jersey family was a little confused with that. So yeah, doing at-home stuff. Right now, I think every fitness guru, fitness influencer is doing something you can follow at home. YouTube is filled with a bunch of videos if you don't vibe with, what I'm doing. There's so much that. The level of accessibility we have to workouts right now is nothing like we've ever had in the history. Just because obviously the internet. I mean, you don't have to go to a gym to get a really good workout in. I mean, you can't go to a gym right now. What a weird time we're in. Like, people are telling you not to go to the gym, but that they're not saying don't go work out. We still have outside, going for walks, getting some fresh air, getting some vitamin D from the sun, letting those rays hit you in the face. I mean, these are all just great health benefits too as well. But yeah, don't give yourself that excuse of not being able to move your body, because your health should always be one of your top priorities. Maybe not number 1, 2, or 3, but it should be up there within the top 5, because I truly, truly believe, I mean, you are nothing without your health. You're nothing without your well-being. It should be pretty high up there. And the quote I usually go by is, if you don't have, I'm sorry, I always forget the beginning of it. If you have your health, you have 1,000 dreams. And if you don't have your health, you only have one. And I think that is just so powerful, because we can think of so many times, either we've been in a situation where our one prayer, our one wish is that, I wish I had my health back. I could be doing so many things right now if I just felt better, or if this was working properly again. Mm-hmm. And then we take for granted when we're feeling good and we're like, oh, we could be doing 1,000 things right now. Every dream right now could be achieved because we feel good and we have our health. So never take it for granted. Always move your body, make it a priority, especially during this time. And if you have some downtime, if you have some spare time, make it a priority to keep moving. So if this is, out in the time of April when we are launching this, I am also I'm also doing what we call our 30 days of healthy habits, or MFB, healthy habits for 30 days. And what that is moving your body every day for 30 minutes for 30 days. And it's this really uplifting private Facebook group we have a ton of people a part of, and it starts April 1st. So I know this is definitely after April 1st, which is totally fine, because you're definitely more than welcome to join in the group and then get that inspiration from other people who've committed to moving their bodies every day for 30 minutes for 30 days. And if you just need that motivation, that inspiration, or ideas of what to do, everybody has to go in and post what their 30-minute workout was, who they are, what they did, and maybe just right there and then, all you need is that little bit of inspiration of, okay, what should I be doing? These people are doing this every day for 30 minutes. Maybe you want to jump into and do it just for 15. So to get the prize at the end, you do have to finish the full 30 days from April 1st, April 30th, but maybe your prize for you is just like, I want to complete 15 days of this challenge. I want to get in, maybe it's April 15th or April 20th, and I want to complete 20 days of this challenge and prove to myself that I can commit, I can be disciplined with this, and I can focus on my health, especially with the time I have.
So I know you and me are not shy with celebrating even the littlest moments. So I think that is something so important you bring up, is celebrating everything you're doing. And even if it's going out and going for a walk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever that looks like, it's more than what you would have done if you didn't do anything. And I think that's where it's like, oh, well, I took the dog for a walk, but I really, I didn't, go running or sweat a lot, but you still moved. And it's like, what if you wouldn't have done that? So it's starting little sometimes and working your way up and celebrating those little wins. And then soon it'll be a half marathon or something crazy or whatever, and it's just starting small and working your way up, which I love. And one of the things that you brought up, and I love your quote that you use, and something that, I sometimes need to work on, is I'll be out and I'll be like running. I'm like, oh, this is so hard. And like Dan and I, my boyfriend, we run a lot, and we're different runners. He's very quick and fast and sprinting, and I'm more like a longer, joyful, enjoy the scenery. So
Wait, Jenny, can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Yes.
I'm telling you guys that I met Jenny 3.5 years ago. She never would have put joyful, beautiful scenery next to the word running.
That is
at
true.
All.
That is
like
true.
This whole mindset you hear right now, like this was not her 3.5 years ago. It was her. She just had a different outlook on this type of exercise. She found something she enjoyed.
Yes, it is funny because I did not like it, but now, so we are very like butt heads when it comes to running a lot. But you know what he said to me, because he's very competitive, which I don't think I am. I only am competitive when I know I have a chance of winning. If I don't think I don't know. But the other day we're out there running, and like exactly what you were saying, And I'm like, oh, like I'm going as fast as I can. And I was complaining because I was tired and I had to stop. And he's like, it's okay. I'm like, just go ahead, go in front of me. And he's like, no. He goes, you're out here running. He goes, that's all that matters. He goes, it doesn't matter how many times we stop. He goes, you're out here. We ran 2 miles. Who cares if we stopped 2 times? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and he goes, we're healthy. And that's all he's saying. He goes, we're healthy. We can do this. We're healthy, and because he goes, you're taking it for granted. Like, there's so many people that can't do what you're doing. And I'll beat up on myself, and want to be better or work harder or whatever. And he's like, it's okay. And like what you said, and even if you're just going out and going for a walk or run or walking your dog or going around, whatever that looks like, it's like, that's powerful. And there's some people that can't even do what you're doing. And that's something I think we all have to keep in mind and remember. And I love that quote. So that's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, so movement is just a celebration of what your body is able to do. What's not celebrated is not repeated. I'm a firm believer in that. Celebrating even the smallest milestones is so important. And I'd like to look at it too. If you're up leveling one area of your life, I'm sure you're also thinking on how to up level other areas as well. What you do in one area of life, you tend to do in others. It's going to start to trickle into others. So a lot of people who come and work out with me at the studio and they're like, okay, I'm focusing on my health this year. I'm making it a priority. I'm making my fitness a priority, making my body a priority. We start talking about what else in their life they want to up level. Maybe it's their finances. Maybe it's how they show up at their job. Maybe it's their attitude. Maybe it's about what they're eating. So it's so funny when you get started and you make one thing a priority and you start to up level one area of your life, how over time you have this growing interest to up level other areas of your life too as well. So it has that kind of trickling effect. So when I like to say it's a lifestyle change, changing your health, changing your fitness is a lifestyle change because it truly is. Your whole lifestyle in other areas, whether you like it or not, will be affected, mainly for a very positive reason, mainly for a very, very positive way, which is great. So, yeah, I totally agree with that, Jenny. It's definitely a mindset. And, those of you who are looking for that lifestyle change, starting with your health is a great way to start.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll wrap it up here. I appreciate so much for you taking the time and coming on and chatting about beauty and wellness and fitness and how it all goes hand in hand together. So I'm going to leave you off with one question. First of all, I do want to say you mentioned where you can be found on your Facebook and Instagram and all of that. So make sure you guys, I will make sure it's in the details here. So follow and share and like all of the stuff and keep watching, her page and seeing where Marissa's Fit Boutique is heading. So
yeah, come check us out in the Facebook. Come check me out. What we have going on our website too as well. Lots of videos. You can get a really good glimpse on what we do at the studio.
Yes. So, and for everybody, obviously, we are both located in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, but we both can service virtually. We have learned very quickly how to do that, with everything going on. So, which I only think is going to make us stronger. I think the whole world is going to come together and, with every storm comes a rainbow. So I think there is going to be we're going to see a lot of good that comes from all of this, and people are going to be teaming up and linking arms, and it'll be fun to watch. But I'm going to leave you with one question. It has nothing to do with fitness or wellness. We're back on the beauty, but I wanted to ask you I'm going to end all of my videos with this question for my guests on here. But let's say you were on a deserted island and you could only bring one beauty product with you. It can be anything in the beauty realm. What would that product be?
Easy. So easy. It's definitely not sunscreen. I was stranded on an island and I had an outlet, definitely a hair dryer. Not only do I use it to dry my hair, I use it to keep warm. I use it to put me to sleep. I use it to soothe myself. So I love the sound of the hair dryer. I'm one of those weirdo people. So that's why I can spend 4 hours in a hair salon. I just love the sounds of other people's hair dryers going off. I love the sound of the hair dryer you're using on my hair. Love it. So yeah, that is my one beauty product. product, excuse me. And if there isn't an outlet, I would find myself a battery powered hair dryer that would last a very long time.
Figure it out. Yes.
Favorite beauty tool.
I don't think there's gotta be that.
That's a great idea though, because the cord always gets in the way. And if you want to, like, I actually, like when I'm drying my hair, I want to be productive doing other things. Like I would mind being able to walk around the house.
That would carry a blow dryer.
This is like my husband's worst nightmare.
But you know,
it's in my bedroom, my office.
In the bed.
Keep me warm.
Oh, all right. So hair dryer it is.
Yes.
That, I thought about the question too, and I don't know. I'd have to think about that for me, but I don't know that hair dryer would be the one that I'll go with, but it is definitely a universal tool. As you brought up, it can do multiple things. So
dry clothes, I do use it for that.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. So thank you so much, and make sure to check Marissa out at marissasfitboutique.com on Facebook and Instagram as well, and give her a follow and a like. But we will see you guys all next time on Starstruck Showcase.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.